coaching staff, what's the best approach to the second game of a back-to-back?
For me, Kevin, a back-to-back is about two things. It's about maturity, one, but you also have to manage both games. Look at the minutes of the first game and try to balance them in the second game, particularly when you're talking about your veterans.
Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Rizache. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Saw. Then it's Evan Fournier. And it's Hayes in at the point guard.
First points of the night, and you know this is going to be a battle of matchup.
What's going to be fascinating to watch is which matchups are they willing to go exploit.
Here's Saw. Off target from three-point range. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute, and I asked him, how do you contend with the size and skill of Victor Wembanyama? He said, every night we see this guy do something no one has ever seen before. It's kind of like dealing with the unknown. A whole new kind of player needs new schemes. So we'll see some inventiveness out there on the defensive side tonight, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Now Hayes, following the three-point attempt by Jokic. Wembanyama sets a screen for Hayes. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Lock at 6 to the inside. And Jokic slams it in.
Jokic so clever at taking advantage in that pick and roll.
Now here's Hayes, guarded closer. Fournier gets a wide open look, drills it from outside.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Outside Bogdanovich. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Wembanyama outside. Off target from outside. Gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Jokic. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And with that high release at almost 7 feet tall, Jokic can beat good defense.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Nikola Jovic is checked in for Nikola Jokic. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
Here's Sarr. Outside Fournier. Here's Hayes. Sarr sets the screen for Hayes. Pulls up, high post, and he hits the jump shot.
Yeah, not a perfectly set screen there, but got in just enough room to get that shot off.
Pass to Bogdanovich. A three. A shot off that time.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Hayes the pass to Fournier from 12 feet out. That shot off the mark. Gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Bogdanovich. It's rebounded by Coulibaly.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chipping.
Taking it from their comfort zone so far in this one, 57% from the field. Here's Jovic, defended by Wembanyama. Bogdanovich looking around. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's his first trip to the line.
Team foul.
And he makes the first. And And so Bogdanovich nails both of them.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. They lead by 3. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Abusele out there with Rudy Gobert. Then there's Batum. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's Reza Shea in at the 2 guard. And DB, the measurables jump off the page for Koulibaly. 6'8" with a 7'2" arm span.
Kev, that's the kind of length that would allow somebody to be a menace defensively. Let's remember, he was the 7th pick back in 2023. The Wizards clearly very high on this young guy's potential.
Here's Teodosic. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. Here's Koulibaly. He has yet to score. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Jokic.
It used to be a smart play to foul Rudy Gobert because he struggled from the free throw line. This guy's so much better now.
So both teams making some changes here. Well, Doris, both you and I had the honor of being in that 2020 bubble in Florida. Any memories from Orlando?
I think, Kev, just how unique the setting was, and I have to give some props to the players. No fans, no normalcy, away from their families for extended periods, and yet they were able to lock in and give us some incredible moments. So good at so quickly analyzing and getting through his progressions. Nick Batum gets it off before the defender can react.
Now, here's Jokic. Right now, he's averaging 11 points a game. Bangs home the trifecta.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
There's 1:59 left in the first half.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Now, here's Jokic. Not a lot of room. A 3 ball. It's good from long range. 8 points for him.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And this group gives us a second look at the shooting guards leading their position in steals over the last 10 games. 4th, Evan Fournier.
And both the hand speed and general quickness of the players on that list are outstanding. Those are the qualities you need to be an effective perimeter defender.
Effective doesn't begin to describe this group. Their defensive skills are game-changing. And it isn't just the steals. It's the ability they have to get in their opponents' heads and force them into bad decisions.
Here's Wembanyama. And it goes down 2 points.
Showing he's more than just an interior threat. Wembanyama also possesses that reliable jump shot.
Fournier against Bogdanovich. 3-pointer. Good on the triple.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
There's 48 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Now, Sarr, still yet to score. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot. Bogdanovich against Fournier.
A nice shot by Bogdanovic.
And you have to admire Bogdanovic's confidence. Not easily shaken inside, even with the defense right up on it.
Pass to Wembanyama. Off with the layup. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. They're up by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
They've been choosy when hunting for shots, guys. I like that. Trying to capitalize on every single possession.
And since we have a chance, and that is it for halftime, folks. It is back.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Impressively throughout at 62%. Outside Bogdanovic. Pass to Jokic. Over Wembanyama. And it's Jokic missing.
Yeah, and the height disadvantage there forced him into a really tough shot. Tried to fade away, but just couldn't pull it off.
Fournier out there with Hayes. Then it's Sarr. Then there's Rizachet. And it's Wembanyama in at the center, locking down the middle. Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. Jokic a screen. Just 5 on the clock. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Pass to Sarr. To the middle. Fournier against Bogdanovic. Fournier's shot is off. Fournier's gone 1 of 4 so far. Here's Jokic. Jokic a screen. And stolen by Sarr. Here's Fournier. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Fournier's got 5 now.
So good at keeping his balance. Evan Fournier's ability to stay composed and find a way to capitalize. Nicely done.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. And you take a look at this home team, holding on to second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far. 3 spots below. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. A 3 from Bogdanovic. Wembanyama with the rebound.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Sarr with it. Nothing on the board. Shot clock at 6. Fournier for 3. Cans it from downtown.
Well, you love the lead that Fournier has taken in this area. This guy a very dangerous shooter.
Shoots the 3. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now, you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Now, here's Bogdanovic. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Drains it from beyond the arc. 7 points in the game.
And this is why Bogdanovic has a permanent green light from the arc.
Timeout.
The team expects this from him.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust.
Substitution.
With this break in the action, here's a look at the teams that have blocked the most shots in the NBA this last month.
They have been racking up the blocks lately. I mean, if they keep this up, they're going to be a very difficult matchup for anybody.
Here's Batum. Pass to Fournier. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Koulibaly. It's rebounded by Jovic.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Count that one. Bogdanovic has got 5 points now this quarter.
What pace on the fast break from Bogdanovic. Getting out ahead and protecting the opportunity to score.
Here's Koulibaly. He's covered by Bogdanovic. Pass to Yabusele. Back to Fournier. Misses the jumper. Gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. It's stolen by Gobert. Batum scanning the floor. Here's Fournier. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, finishing quarter strong. Every coach preaches it. Nice work.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this way?
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Here's Koulibaly, and Batum kicks to Yabusele. Koulibaly, and he's good on the 3-ball. Koulibaly's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. They've got Chang, Yabusele out there with Batum, and it's Rudy Gobert, and it's Koulibaly in at the 2. Pass to Jokic. For Gobert. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Doing it very well tonight, around 57%. Here's Koulibaly. On Sunday, then on Saturday.
First team foul. At the line for the away team.
The first free throw is good.
2 shots.
And he makes both free throws. And those advanced numbers, Doris, they show Rudy Gobert is historically great.
Kevin, I love that you are an analytics lover, but for me, it's about the eye test. Rudy Gobert has won the Defensive Player of the Year on more than one occasion. He's played on winning teams, and he's been an integral part of their success. He is one of the all-time great defenders we've seen.
Sarr gets the bucket.
Physical defense, but the strength training already kicking in for Sarr.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Rizachet, he's checked in for Koulibaly. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. He told the players, you guys are too talented to be playing this lackadaisical. Push the ball up the floor, get out on the break, and get to the fast break. Guys, we'll see if they can get it done.
Okay, David, thanks. Now here's Hayes. Here's Wembanyama. It's hauled in by Jokic.
In order to space the floor effectively for his teammates, he has to finish that one, guys.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
5 to shoot.
Alexander Sarr. First personal foul. First team foul.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
Number 11. Taking 2 shots.
He's able to hit the second one, and that brings them within 2 here.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
And here's Hayes. Oh, there's the strength training. Wembanyama.
How about the young fella, Wembanyama, with a big-time bucket.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. To the paint. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Aggressive move by Sark. Love seeing that.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one. And that puts them up by 5. Gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. To the inside. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Fournier, plenty of space. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
When Evan Fournier is this assertive, because he's got such a versatile game, he is hard to slow down.
Jokic inside, defended by Wembanyama.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Gets the first, and that turns the lead to 6.
And being such a good passer out of that 5 spot makes Jokic a triple-double machine.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
Listen, it's only 1 miss, but it hurts all the same as they try to cut into this lead.
And stolen by Wembanyama. And here we go. Fast break. Sarge got it. Off target at the rim. The critical possession right here.
Crowd on pins and needles, Kev.
Outside, Bogdanovich. To the middle. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And he commits the intentional foul.
Personal foul, third team foul.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality. I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Shooting for the away team.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Taking 2 shots.
No good at the stripe this time. The second misses also. There's 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Latre. Fournier pulls it down. And that's an intentional foul.
Both guys. First personal foul, fifth team foul.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Evan Fournier, 2 shots.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And timeout called by Doc Rivers. That's what's your take?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I think he might just want to remind these guys, hey, let's finish the game the right way.
Connects from downtown. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for
Exactly what kind of game this is going to be, RJ.
Yeah, you don't expect a lot of offense on the interior. These teams take a high volume of threes, and they make a high volume as well.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Trey Lyles is out there with Kelly Olynyk. Then it's Murray. Then it's RJ Barrett. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the point. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pure from three-point range.
Outside, inside, in between. It doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
Smith outside. Smith with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. To the wing, right side. Šarić, the pass to Zubac. And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Šarić gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chauncey Billups. Our topic was how he'll defend Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Coach was straightforward, saying Shai demands so much attention with the ball that he can warp a defense. We'll need to stay disciplined and not get caught watching the play. We'll see how that approach works out for them, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Oh, wasted no time on that one. We played just over a minute here in the first. Outside Murray. Olynyk with a screen on Smith. Murray for three. Sends it home from three-point land.
You have to watch Murray closely at the perimeter. He won't hesitate to flex his range.
Smith outside. Down low. Here's Hazonia. Banked it in off the glass.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. To the inside, here's Olynyk, and it's Olynyk with a jam.
And Shai's playmaking is really exceptional. Highlighted there with the perfect pass.
Back to Šarić. Up top, Smith. Defended by Murray. Zubac with a screen on Murray. Smith against Murray. Here's Zubac. The rebound by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points.
I'll tell you, that jumper from Gilgeous-Alexander is smooth and under control.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Both teams deciding to change it up. A peek now at our rookie leaderboard to see who led the way in steals this past month. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Pass to Perkichin. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Bogdanović has checked in for Smith. Now here's Murray. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Outside Barrett. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Pass to Perkichin. And here's Zubac. Here's Hazonia. Clock at 6. Bogdanović from long range. He drops it from range.
The answer from the sharpshooter. Boyan with his own 3.
Barrett finds Murray. Lyles a screen from outside the arc. Perkichin grabs the board. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Azonia. Here's Perkichin, outside Bogdanovich. And stolen by Barrett. Here's the break. Perkichin grabs the board.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Three-pointer. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that concludes the first quarter of play. They're up by 6. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
And as long as the threes are dropping, you've got to keep launching them.
Puts up a 3. That shot off. We've got Brandon Clark, Lugens Dort out there with Dylan Brooks. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Alexander Walker in at the shooting guard position. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. It's intercepted. Charge against Dort. And let's turn to the league leaders now and check out which teams are tops in rebounding this season.
This team has done a great job of hitting the boards, and they do tremendous work boxing out.
Dylan Brooks is out there with Lou Dort. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Clark in at the 5. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 5. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. Šarić right side. All right, I don't want to make you feel too old here, RJ, but you did get drafted back in 2001. What's the biggest change to the game, you think?
I think without a doubt the physicality and the 3-ball. Teams are not as physical, and they shoot a lot more threes. When I came in, they were barely shooting them. Now that's all that matters.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Lou Dort. Then it's Brandon Clark. And it's Brooks in at the 3. Small forward. Gilgeous-Alexander. Good.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Substitution on the court.
Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 of his 4 shots to fall, hitting 75%. And there's the screen. This one for 3. Knocks down the long J.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Outside Barrett. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. From downtown, SGA from distance.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Pass to Azonia. Zubac inside, guarded by Olynyk. The teardrop. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. Got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Oh, the determination from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
Knocked loose. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Inside. Deflects the pass. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Back to Brooks. And the shot goes in.
The defense gives Shea all their attention, and that leaves another guy open and ready to score.
And it's slammed in by Zubac.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, BA.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. The free throw drops from Zubac. Gone a terrific 4 of 5 here in the second quarter. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. He's got 12. He got a piece of it. And here's the fast break. Here's Hazonia. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good there with a step-back J. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Up by 4, and we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Howdy, folks. The moment you've been waiting. You guys finding any interesting matchups here?
Shaq's most interesting matchup: main dishes and side pieces. So what's the best combo, Deez?
2 words: mac and cheese. It's a perfect. Gotta get these fellas some allergy medicine. They're clearly allergic to the paint, and it's a problem.
Aren't you sponsored by an allergy medication?
Glad you could join us.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. You know, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
They've got Dario Saric. He's out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Hazonia in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Chauncey Billups.
First personal foul. First team foul.
The home team on D, trailing by 4. Outside Barrett, screened by Olynyk. Barrett passes to Olynyk. Here's Lyles. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. From deep three-point land. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Saric outside. Zubac with a screen on Barrett. To the middle. Over to the wing. Here's Hazonia. Who drains the 19-footer. He's got 6.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. Taking a look at the visitors here, sitting 4th in the conference early on and looking to move into that top tier. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 12. That three's off the mark. Here's Hazonia. Pass to Smith. Here's Hezonja, defended by Murray. Zubac with a screen on Murray. Into the lane. And here's Zubac. Just 5 on the clock. Smith outside. For the lead. The rebound by Murray. Shooting a solid 53% from the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. Gilgeous-Alexander sinks a big one.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter. Someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
Dort, he's checked in for Lyles. And here are the top three-point shooters in the NBA. Number 1, Jamal Murray.
He's a shooter that defenses 100% have to go out and guard.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Pass to Zubac. Smith against Gilgeous-Alexander. Releases. A nice shot by Smith. Gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Dort outside. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
Šarić outside. Pass to Zubac. And here's Smith, guarded by Barrett. To the paint. Here's Šarić. He nails it, and we're tied.
They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
And as tired as they might be after fighting to tie it up, they have all the momentum now to finish this comeback.
Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray.
Sweet looking jumper from the mid-range. I mean, Gilgeous-Alexander just making it look easy.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Smith. Pass to Zubac. And that one's good. Zubac has got 5 now.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Dort with it. Šarić covers. Murray looking around. Olynyk up top. Lets the 3 fly. The shot comes out.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Pass to Zubac. Now here's Šarić for the lead. And he can't get that one. And we wrap up the third, and it looks like it's going to be an exciting fourth. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter when we return. Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Shooting has been good, around 52% from the field. Luguentz Dort out there with Dylan Brooks. Then it's Brandon Clark. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 2.
He was solid in the first half from deep. He's a guy who can get hot. Let's see how he does here in the second.
Brooks defending.
Hey, yo, right here.
Here's Perkichin over Dort. And it's Perkichin missing. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. And he's going for the lob. The shot by Dort, no good.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
Takes the 3. Alexander Walker grabs a board. We played just over a minute here in the fourth. Clark with the screen. Now here's Brooks. Defense is right there. Blocked. Dives for it. Clock at 2. Good D by Clark. Gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Brooks, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. Well, coach is thrilled with their three-point shooting, saying in the huddle, guys, let's keep it up. Continue to shoot it from deep. It's working. They've been on fire from distance so far.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Now here's Smith. Over to the left wing. Pass to Zubac. Clock at 6. Here's Hezonja. And here's Šarić for 3. Sinks it from distance.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He's feeling it. That shot off the mark.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Up again. Controls the rebound and the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA using that size.
Oh, obviously Gilgeous-Alexander has the will to win. What a relentless effort.
Pass to Smith. Over Murray. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Gilgeous-Alexander is just that good, finishing the play through the foul.
Free throw good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
That and one is huge, making this now a 2-possession game.
Pass to Smith. Over Murray. Smith no good.
Looked like he just rushed it there. Just maybe take a little bit more time in the future.
Takes a step back. Here's Olynyk. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
I just love when teams make it work down low.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. .41 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Hezonja. Rebound by Olynyk. And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul, third team foul. At the line for the away team, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Yeah, what's special about Gilgeous-Alexander is how shifty he is, which also makes it so tough on defenses.
And he's unable to get the second one.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
And he sinks it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And the defense is there, but somehow, some way, he still gets it done.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul, fourth team foul. Shooting for the away team.
Good on the first, and that increases the lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 7-point game.
Taking full advantage of his opportunities at the line to extend their lead.
There's 25 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Hezonja. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to go on R.J. Barrett.
2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that trims the lead to 6. That one falls, so he hits both of them. There's 21 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Taking 2 shots.
And so both free throws good. And it's a 7-point game. And short of a miracle, they're walking out of here with a tough loss.
They fought all night. A terrific effort. But they just couldn't make enough big plays.
Money from deep. 11 seconds left in the 4th quarter here. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
Murray. 2 shots.
So he gets them both. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Cool, calm, and collected. Say that 3 times fast. He makes them all and puts this game away.
Sharit's shot is off. And so the road team gets the W in this one. This was a hard fought. Well, thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it.
Stan, what's something you try to establish at this stage?
I think there's two things, Kevin. First, we're trying to build our habits the right way, everything, from the way we practice to the way we prepare for games to the way we warm up, all of it. And then second of all, we're trying to figure out our rotation. Who's going to start, who's going to come off the bench, which groups work well together. It's an ongoing process.
A lot of moving parts, you're right. Now the starting group for the visitors. Coletas, no luck. Wagner left side. Good.
Yeah, Wagner uses his size to muscle through that smothering interior defense.
Franz Wagner, as we know, Stan, came into the league with a splash and hasn't really slowed up since.
Now, Kevin, I think he's surprised a lot of people. He has never played like a young guy. He's always played with the maturity of a veteran guy, and he just keeps getting more and more responsibility. He's handled it well, and then he could become a perennial all-star.
I like that assessment. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo with the jam.
Giannis will take on any defender. Nice finish that time.
A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Now, here's Wagner. The short one's on the money.
Yeah, and showing some force inside. Wagner making sure he gets his.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Billy Donovan and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. I asked him what his team needed to do in order to contain Giannis Antetokounmpo. Coach told me we have to make sure to communicate and help out on defense, specifically clogging up and taking away lanes to the rim. That's how he can really hurt you. Of course, it'll be an all-hands-on-deck tonight approach, trying to stop the Greek freak. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. Now, Wagner following the three-point attempt by Giannis. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for your home team, number 13. Two shots.
The first one falls, so it's both teams making substitutions here. And so he hits both.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
We've got 1:18 left here in the first quarter. They set the pick. Inside. Over to the left wing. Just 5 to shoot. Goes back up. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And how about Giannis stepping up there? Even with the defender draped all over him, he was determined to get the basket.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Both teams will make substitutions. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
And the home team has possession. Washington, that's good.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
There's 45 seconds left to play in the first. Down low. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Pass to Wagner. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
Yeah, very physical play by Wagner. who still manages to get the attempt off while being fouled.
Good on both. 26 seconds left to play here in the first. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
With one on the clock, and that's good off the glass that time.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. They lead by 2. We've got more in store for you right after this. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
All right, and now you want to see them sustain this relentlessness for the entire game because it's clearly paying off.
And the home team has possession. Here's Tiemann. Drops in the layup for 2.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Papanikolaou. He's defended by Wagner. Off target with the jump hook.
Well, when you get that kind of look inside, you have to capitalize.
Back to Washington. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screening. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
And he gets it to go.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Wagner outside. Puts up a deep 3. The long distance 3 is buried. Wagner's got 7 points.
Well, nice pass there. Setting up Wagner in a good position.
To the inside. Here's Papanikolaou. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Pass to Hartenstein. Five on the clock. Here's Wagner. Rebounded by Papanikolaou. Gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Dorsey. Still without a basket. Stolen by Washington. .141 left to play here in the half. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Several teams changing it up here. Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Second, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Now here's Giannis. He had 35 points last game out. Here's Calathes. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo stretching the floor with the three.
And you can just see the improvement. Antetokounmpo looking more comfortable from deep every year.
55 seconds left in the second quarter. Wagner outside. From downtown. No good that time.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Now here's Schroeder, still scoreless. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And you can see him give a little nod and then... burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
With defenders having to worry about the drive, the pass, Antetokounmpo can usually find space from the mid-range.
And that one's good, Wagner. Wagner's got his third bucket of the night.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
And a close game so far through the first two quarters as we reach halftime. They lead by 4. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
For the West, Pascal Siakam.
One of the more versatile players out there. Siakam really shines when he's in attack mode. You love it when he...
All right, and next on the docket, our current matchup, a tight game for the home team.
Their bench has been strong.
Thanks for spending half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite. On offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Now, here's Wagner. Pass to Schroeder. Steps back and fires.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Wagner. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense.
Oh, what a move! Giannis!
An amazing athlete. The length, speed, Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill.
Here's De Silva. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players, and it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Here's Kalathis. Sweet little floater.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy.
On the court, who wants a t-shirt? Make some noise!
And checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. Great showing for him last season. And he was number 3 in field goal percentage, one of the most efficient scorers in our league.
And seeing what he did last year, just blowing up the defensive schemes designed to keep him under control, man. As you said, second best scorer in the league. It was a beautiful thing to watch.
And there's the length of Giannis. Bad idea to even attempt to get that shot over.
Count that one.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Franz Wagner grew up in Germany, but he says one of the reasons that I went to college in the U.S. was to learn a different mentality. The game is played more competitively, and talking trash is welcome. I had it in me deep down, but that brought it out more. That combination of styles has helped them to this day. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
On the wing, Giannis. And he banks in the layup. Papa Nikolaou's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Inside, intercepted. Drives to the hoop. No good with the layup. Got just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. There's the pick. Wagner outside. That one falls. Wagner's got 8 points.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
G.A., when you look at the development of Franz Wagner, what now is the next step for him?
Kevin, for me, it's the three-point shooting, specifically becoming more efficient out there. And I also think he's going to have to become a better passer, ball mover. I got total confidence he'll get there because the rest of his game is complete.
Both teams will make substitutions. Now here, the 2K leaderboard with last season's top rebounding teams.
It was really an impressive campaign for their bigs. And honestly, I think the whole team did a great job of getting bodies on bodies and controlling that defensive backboard.
.111 left here in the third quarter. Pass to Kelly Zykis. To the paint. Shoots from the right block. Kalathis gets the bucket. 8 points for him.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And here is Washington. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. And here's Wagner. Shot clock at 5. And he gets the bucket. Wagner's got his third basket of the night right there.
we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
And the basket is good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Now, here's Washington. He's covered closely. Wagner with a screen for Washington. High post try. Oh, off target. 3/4 of play in a close game here. Leading by just one. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guard. Set others up, play the game the right way.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth.
Yeah, easy call.
And the first one drops.
Number 7.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Washington with it. Kicks it out to Wagner. A three-pointer off the mark. Being a scorching 68% in the game. To the middle. And two free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
No good on the free throw.
The line for the away team.
And he sinks the second.
Well, you wish he got them all, but at the very least, it's now a two-possession game.
Wagner outside. Down low. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
They continue to battle out there. So close to taking the lead.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
Pass to Kalathis. Here's Papanikolaou. He's defended by Wagner. Offensive rebound. And to Kumbo. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Here's De Silva. Just 4 to shoot. Deep 2 from Wagner. He doesn't hit that one. Here's Antetokounmpo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Maybe the most highly skilled big man in our league. Giannis is also one of the most frequently fouled bigs in our game.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
And you just knew he wasn't going to miss that one. Not with so much riding on it.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Here's Wagner. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Well, no surprise, Wagner is becoming a guy they can go to in big spots.
Powers through inside, Giannis.
And you know, he knows he's the leader of this team. Giannis embracing the opportunity to come through with big baskets.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. They were asking the team to play faster, push the ball. Coach told their players, hey, look, in this league, fast break points are the easiest. We need more of them. Can't argue with that. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
I think he got the shot he wanted inside, but somewhere on the play, he just lost focus.
Pass to Coathis. Floats it up for Young. There's Giannis. Look out below.
And one of the most athletic players in the league. Giannis makes those alley-oop jams look easy.
There's a good screen. Wagner with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. And that one's good. Wagner.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Pass to Giannis.
Man, with that skill set at 6'11", Giannis might be the toughest guard in the league.
And no good is the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can hit the second. And the second of two is good. That increases their lead to 6. Here's Wagner. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
And this is why they go to Wagner here. He can get them the clutch points.
Here's Papanikolaou, and it's Wagner with the rebound. Schroeder outside. From past the arc. Coathis grabs the board. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Team foul. Shooting for the away team.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Turning here to our analysts. What factors, guys, come to your mind?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
Inside, Antetokounmpo with the steal, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. Team is in the penalty.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
0.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And so they foul intentionally.
Shooting for the away team.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
2 shots.
And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. And an intentional foul right there.
Number 9.
You know, give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 9. Both good from the line that time.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
And so the road team gets the W in this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental?
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for...
Clark, they both do the dirty work on the glass.
Yeah, extra possessions will be at a premium tonight. No easy boards. With all of these glass eaters running around getting their hands dirty, should make for a really interesting game to keep an eye on inside.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Jokic the screen. Just 5 to shoot. And a nice finish on the layup.
High percentage look right off the bat.
Pass to Azonia. Bogdanovich against Smith. There's the three. That one doesn't drop. There's Bogdanovich with the three. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
When Bogdan is set in the corner, feed him. He loves those shots. Can make him in his sleep.
Inside. From 8 feet. Counted.
Sees his man. Threads the pass inside. Excellent teamwork.
Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Shooting for the away team. Number 27. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. Here's Bogdanovich. Off target at the rim. Right side, Bogdanovich. That shot missing. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith. Shot from 12, and the shot's good. Gone 2 of 3 from the floor.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
Good D by Bogdanovich.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Picked it. Here's the break. He's all alone. Oh, a huge slam. An exclamation point on that break.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
So both teams making some changes here. And a chance for us here to check out the top passing teams in the league this past month.
And over this last stretch, this team has been incredible passing the rock, playing great team basketball.
1:33 left in the first quarter. Šarić a screen. Good D by Bogdanovich. Gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Pass to Jovic. Beyond the arc. Gets the 3 to fall. He's got 5.
An outstanding first quarter from the field. You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Here's Zubac. Fires the 3. Buries it from 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him. A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Jovic passes to Bogdanovic. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Bogdanovic has gone 1 for 3 on the night. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Down low. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
You like seeing Bogdanovic get it done inside. An opportunistic scorer around the rim.
Charity stripe shot. And off the front iron, and in it goes. 5 ticks left to play in the first. Fires from way outside. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And at the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Up. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition. Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
Pass to Bogdanovic. 4 on the clock. Now Smith. Topic grabs the miss. We've got Topic, and it's Jovic in at the 4. Out to the wing. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Clark, one topic that gets its share of attention, illegal screens.
And with good reason, because guys are bigger, stronger, a lot of pick and roll action. So you've got to be more diligent in cracking down on those screens that are illegal. The game is extremely fluid. Guys are in constant motion. But I think it's a hard call to make consistently, but the officials have to keep working at it.
Smith, no good.
Well, it's a make or miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot.
Here's Teodosic. The 3. That falls. Nice feed from Jokic.
This is exactly what an MVP candidate looks like. Jokic can carry the team, yet totally unselfish.
Pass to Smith. Releases. Rebounded by Jovic. Here's Teodosic. They set the pick. Here's Jovic. Yet to see a basket. It's good. Off the glass.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. 3-pointer off the mark.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
To the inside. The 6-footer. Can't get it to drop. Gone 0 for 4 in the second quarter. From the arc. They get it again. Back to Bogdanovic. To the middle. Here's Smith. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. And a chance now to look at the highest scoring shooting guards in the league this season. 4th, Bogdan Bogdanovic.
And night after night, we see this group light it up. If you try to take something away from them defensively, they'll beat you some other way. Yeah, you don't have to take a long look at their point totals to see that this is the premier group of scorers at the premier scoring position in the NBA. Shooting guards can flat out bring it.
Jaric outside. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. To the paint. It's deflected, and he gets it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Bogdanovich against Smith. Pulls it. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Inside. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Outside Bogdanovich. And we've reached halftime in this one. Leading by 8. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Well, thank you, guys. Doc Rivers here with us now. Coach.
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center.
Happy you could join us. First up, let's talk about the players of the week. Fellas, when you're on this kind of a roll, how hard is it to slow somebody like that down?
I wouldn't know.
And circling back to the first half, things have not gone as planned for the home team.
If they think they'll win with this kind of defense.
And that'll do it for us.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Shooting at about 44% so far. Ivica Zubac's out there with Dario Saric. Then it's Smith, and it's Hazonia in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Chauncey Billups. Pass to Saric. 6 on the shot clock. Hook loose, and that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Now here's Zubac. Shot clock at 2.
Fantastic defensive instincts, encouraging signs of progress from Jokic.
Bogdanovich down low. Saric covers. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
Yeah, really good sign for them offensively. They should keep getting him touches. Make sure he gets shots here.
Saric outside. Here's Hazonia. Still without a bucket. Pass to Smith. Out left to the wing. Here's Hazonia. And the shot goes. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Outside Bogdanovich. Down low. Zubac with the steal. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
The NBA is focused on the next generation. Commissioner Adam Silver said a lot of top draft picks are incredibly skilled, but that doesn't necessarily translate to being team basketball players. There's an opportunity for us to be more active participants in developing younger players and getting kids active. EA?
One step ahead, Allie. Thanks.
For the away team, number 17, Agnew. Number 17. Home team foul. Hazonia. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Here he goes. And he comes up with a bucket. He's got 9.
He's pouring it on at a nice clip, and the rest of the team is stepping up as well.
Pass to Zubac. Šarić outside. Zubac with it. No points yet. Šarić outside. 5 to shoot. Here's Zubac. Šarić outside. Takes the 3. Counted from distance.
Now that's confidence. Šarić says, in Dario, I trust.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Shooting for the away team.
The first one falls.
At the line for 2.
And that's good as he hits both shots. We've gotten 3 or 4 shots to fall so far in the third. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. The shot no good. Shooting an unreal 69%. Really special stuff here. Oh, Jokic hammers it home.
Savvy, size, length, strength, touch. Jokic a low down on the blocks.
Outside Bogdanovic. On target from range. Bogdanovic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. Pass to Zubac. Jokic grabs the board.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
Outside Bogdanovic. The three-pointer off the mark. And we've reached the end of the third. Up 9. We'll get right back to the action when we return. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. They've got Nikola Jokic, and it's Guduric in at the 2-guard spot. Outside Bogdanovic. Pass to Perkicin. Rebounded by Jovic. Here's Teodosic. Here's Guduric. Here's Jovic. Fades and shoots. The shot off that time.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. To the wing, right side. Fires from deep. Nails it from 3.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land. Giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Both teams will make substitutions. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Doc Rivers as he talked with the team. He was clapping in the huddle, saying to his guys, loving the effort right now, keep the intensity on them. Leave no doubt in their mind that this game is ours. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thank you for that. Count it. Good.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Pass to Smith. That one goes in.
Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
Gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Here's Jokic. He's guarded by Zubac.
Hey, night in and night out, Jokic is taking and relishing the contact.
That free throw, no good.
At the line for the away team, Nikola Jokic. Taking 2
He hits the second from the line. Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the fourth.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Smith outside. The three, and that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Jacks up a 3. Doesn't drop. He's 4 for 5.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Jokic, the big man, Jokic.
That high release of the Joker, if you're defending him, you better stay home.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Jokic with a screen on Smith. Unloads from 13. Unable to get that one. And here's Sharch. Pass to Smith. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to go on Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your home team.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7. And so he makes both from the line.
Knocking down the free throws and eating into this lead with the clock stopped.
Inside, Zubac with the steal.
Things aren't looking good here. I mean, they need points, and they need them now.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here.
Count it!
In a game this tight and this late, that level of defense is money.
And how about the finish there? The rise up for the slam. That might put this game out of reach.
Well, you know, it certainly swings the energy and the momentum in one team's favor. That's basically a 4 or 5 point swing, which is huge.
Here's Jokic. Count it.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Smith passes to Zubac. And it's in. And now they trail by just 4.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening. Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
And you know what? Who knows? If he misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making them.
He doesn't waste the chance to pad their lead. It's been some solid free throw shooting.
And there's the foul. It's on Ivica Zubac. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he'll sit the rest of this one out.
And you know, it's unfortunate they will not have him for the rest of this one. But the game seems out of reach anyway.
Yeah, too bad he fouled out. But this team does have some depth at his position.
Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's an 8-point ball game. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul, 5th team foul. Shooting for the away team.
First free throw is good, and that'll put him up by 9. And Jokic drops them both.
He snuffs out any comeback hopes with an impressive performance at the line.
The visiting club takes the win on the road. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was stone cold silent.
And that's exactly what you got to do. You have to try to take the crowd out of it.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K.
Down. Now the starting group for the visitors. R.J. Barrett is out there with Trey Lyles. Then it's Kelly Olynyk. Then there's Murray. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the point guard position. So, Greg, it doesn't get much better than this, does it? Major playoff implications in this one tonight.
Both teams have a lot on the line in this contest. Seeding in the postseason can make or break a team's chances.
And Olynyk kicks to Lyles. 6 to shoot. For 3, Barrett. That one's in, his first shot this game.
R.J. Barrett staying calm under that dwindling shot clock. Great patience.
Pass to De Silva. Now, here's Wagner. Barrett covering. Here's De Silva. From 20 feet out. And that one, good. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to talk. And when it comes to Jamal Murray, Coach said it's crucial to make sure his defense doesn't slack off on him. He said Murray is a microwave scorer. He can get hot in a real hurry. Our guys know they have to talk with one another out there, help each other out. Communication is key. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David.
Guys, when you're talking about young players, the first thing I want to know is, do they have passion and enthusiasm for the game? Franz Wagner, he's got every bit of that.
Dort, he's checked in for Olynyk. Doris, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, two-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
Here's Wagner, following the score by Jamal Murray. Wagner against Dort. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that three-level scoring ability, that time working the mid-range.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Clark, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Wagner outside. Pass to Wagner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from 14. That's good from Schroeder on the assist from Wagner.
Well, I do like seeing Schroeder get to the mid-range because that shot's still an important one in today's NBA.
Murray against Schroeder. Outside, Dort. Murray with it. A three. A three-pointer is right on target. Murray's got 7 points in the game.
At the arc, Murray is all business, knocking down a confident shot.
Wagner outside. Schroeder outside. Lets it go with the three. Traps in the tray. He's got 5.
Well, Schroeder with that look in his eye wanted to get that back.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Now here's Barrett. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Outside for Murray. Miles a screen on Schroeder. Murray for 3. The shot missing. Wagner passes to Wagner. Launches from deep. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Leading by 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
They've got Washington, and it's Hartenstein in at the center, locking down the middle. One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Doris. He is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammate skills.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Dylan Brooks. Then it's Brandon Clark. And it's Dortz in at the power forward. Tiemann, Brooks covering. Here's Tiemann.
And while we got a chance, let's get some numbers for Gilgeous-Alexander. 3rd in steals, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates is such an asset.
And it's his lightning-quick hands that have put him in the top 3 in steals. Also, his tremendous anticipation. He's constantly all over the basketball. Chris Boucher's checked in for Brandon Clark. Washington against Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot will not fall. Bonga deciding where to go with it. Pass to Washington. Screen by Hartenstein. Washington inside. Gilgeous-Alexander covering.
Well, that's the 6'9" frame of Chris Boucher. Send it back, young sir.
Alexander Walker passes to Boucher. Dortz off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's De Silva, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. Doris, I know the NBA is considering using technology to help officiate out of bounds and goaltending. Do you have a problem with that?
You know, Kev, at the end of the day, I think it is about getting the calls right. If there's a way to lift the load off these officials, even if it's around the margins, why not try it?
Team foul. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
On defense, the home team. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target at the rim.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Hard for Wagner to avoid the contact. His shooting ability is going to have defenders reacting to him.
Second free throw, no good. Gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Schroeder against Murray. On target from 13 feet. Schroeder's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
If you give Dennis Schroeder space, he is going to get into his mid-range game. Knocks down that one.
Now, here's Lyons. Defense right on him. Back to Murray. Clock at 6. It's rebounded by Schroeder. Gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's De Silva. Covered by Lyons. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Here's the screen. Here's Wagner. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
That's a big-time finish by Franz Wagner. Might be young, but he is undeterred.
Castro Olynyk. Brooks outside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Wagner against Brooks. Here's De Silva. Good on the three-point shot. Da Silva's got 6 in the quarter.
We've seen this from Wagner over and over. This guy understands when a man is open. He's got the timing and the touch to make the pass.
Murray from deep three-point territory. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Up 4. We'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the 3rd quarter after our halftime.
I think it's fair to say we know how this probably is going to shake out. But crazier things have happened.
And swinging back to that first half of action, it has been a close contest for the home team. And that is it for half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Murray a screen on Schroeder. And that one's on target from the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so dangerous in pick and roll. He's going to keep you off balance because he can score it or facilitate.
We've got Murray. Trey Lyles out there with 11. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Barrett at the small forward.
What an excellent post-entry pass. Good things happen when you make that next look.
Barrett finds Gilgeous-Alexander. 11 feet away. Nice touch on the back shot. And that's 10 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
Da Silva nailed from three-point land.
And since halftime, this has become an intense ball game.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander again. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points in the quarter. And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. It's a close game here in Brooklyn. Here's Schroeder, and it's blocked.
How about the swat by Olynyk? Nice defensive play.
Barrett kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Murray a screen on Schroeder. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Murray. The layup missed.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
Barrett against Wagner. To the paint.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Schroeder, right side. It's tipped. Now Barrett pushing it up, and no one back to stop him.
Now R.J. Barrett wants to get in transition and get a basket before the defense can settle in.
And Greg, something that is so important to this team, Jamal Murray's shot creation.
It is, Kevin. He creates so much with the ball or off of it. The work he puts in on offense frees up everything for his teammates. Great competitor who's really a perfect fit with this court.
Gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Murray, the pass to Lyles. Pass to Murray for the lead. And the 3 ball is good. Murray's got 10 points in the game.
And operating off the ball, credit Murray for staying engaged, ready to fire when asked.
Here's Schroeder. And just miss after miss right now.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Murray kicks to Barrett. Olynyk sets a screen for Barrett. And the shot is good. Barrett's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Schroeder. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Drops in the breakaway layup. He's got 14.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Pass to De Silva. They set the pick. Here's Schroeder. Misses the three.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
The third quarter comes to a close. Up by 6. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy.
Hold your ground. Don't let him back your way in. Just hold your...
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Hartenstein is out there with Mo Wagner. Then there's Washington. And it's De Silva in at the 3 slot. To the inside. Here's Hartenstein off with the layup.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Pass to Brooks. Tries from 16. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's De Silva. Wagner has screen on Brooks. Inside. Stolen by George. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Brooks with no one around. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Brooks has got 4 points this quarter.
He doesn't take a lot of time to make up his mind. Brooks always thinking ahead, and he's in position before the pass is made.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He's not happy with the perimeter defense. He told them we have to hustle more out to the three-point line because they look real comfortable out there now. I want you contesting every 3 they put up. We'll see if that intensity increases on D, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Murray. Plays it up and banks it in.
And you can't fall asleep against Murray, especially when he's got great interior positioning. The D has got to be better.
Here's Wagner, and it's in there.
I'll tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Off the mark for the 4th time this game. He is 7 for 11 now. Wagner with it. Picked up by Barrett.
2 minutes
to the right side.
2 minutes.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
1:58 left in the game. Up top, Wagner. Barrett covering.
Boy, Franz Wagner, he is 6'10", folks, but really gifted offensively. Can do a little bit of everything. Nice pass there.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. A minute 50 left to play in the final quarter. Pass to Murray from deep. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And there's no doubt Murray can fill it up. Good luck bringing him down to earth when he's on this kind of a roll.
Wagner from long range. Connects from 3-point range. Wagner's got 5 points in the quarter.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
This is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Pass to De Silva. It's rebounded by Barrett.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
And here is Murray. Now Wiles. 6 on the shot clock. Out to Barrett. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. .50 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Schroeder. Here's De Silva. A three-pointer, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
With the step back. And it's Murray penetrating. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Bounce pass Wagner. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Sinks the triple.
You can see the feel Franz Wagner has for the game. Just great vision right there.
Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile. Much appreciated, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying...
here. But if you're a player in those rumors, that can really take a mental toll.
Oh, B.A., absolutely. Especially the first time it happens. You have to try and remind yourself that it's a business. But sometimes that doesn't make it any easier.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Rizache out there with Sarr. Then there's Hayes. Then it's Evan Fournier. And it's Wembanyama in at the 5. Fires in the triple.
And nice dime from Zubac. His floor awareness is solid.
Now here's Hayes. Outside Fournier. Here's Rizache. To the inside. And there's Wembanyama. That's good on the assist from Rizache.
All too easy for Wembanyama. He feels like no one can defend him inside.
First quarter of play, a minute in. Smith against Fournier. Pass to Azonia. To the left side wing. 5 on the clock. Fires high post. And he hits the jumper.
With defense that soft, you have to take them to task.
Hayes, the pass to Sarr. Here's Wembanyama. Shot blocked.
Smart defender. Zubac understands how to position himself to come up with blocks.
Pass to Azonia. Smith outside. To the paint. Here's Zubac. The shot won't fall. Good D by Wembanyama. And it's Fournier penetrating. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And Fournier, that was all just straight line. I'm coming at you.
Pass to Azonia. Now Smith. He's defended by Hayes. Zubac with a screen on Hayes. And it's slammed in by Zubac. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Wembanyama scanning the floor.
Yeah, such a difficult frame to guard. Wembanyama draws the foul easily.
He's got his first free throws of the night right here. No good on the free throw. Good on the second one. A minute 31 left in the first. Here's Azonia. Koulibaly defending. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama. And they're able to recover. Pass to Azonia. Now here's Smith. Fournier covering. Smith no good. Gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Here's Sarr. Right side Wembanyama. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now. 54 seconds left in the first quarter. And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. He wants to review the game plan.
They failed to create enough good looks. The ball movement just wasn't quite where it needed to be.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs. 1 good possession, 2 bad ones, 1 good one. They could never get on a steady run and play some solid offense.
Back to Šarić. Pass to Prkačin. Bogdanović passes to Prkačin. Pulls it from 20. Bogdanović, no good.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Outside Fournier. 4-3. Drops in the 3. Fournier's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, he's got the long-range motion going now. Fournier for 3.
Pass to Smith. That one is off. And so the first quarter is in the books. They're up by 5. And we'll be back right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Charic, a screen. Shot clock at 6. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by Yabusele. We've got Bilal Koulibaly. He's out there with Rissache. Rudy Gobert is out there with Nicholas Batum. And it's Yabusele in at the 4-man position. To the middle. Here's Gobert. Gobert using his size to his advantage.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. Pass to Bogdanovic. Guarded by Batum. Unloads. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Outside Koulibaly. Now Batum. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Batum's gotten his first basket of the night. And this is a star-driven league. But talk about the importance of role players, Greg.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
Dance Cam! Get ready, everyone! You see yourself on the screen and you show us your best moves. Let's go! You have the camera on you! Everybody dance!
And a moment to check and see who is in the lead when it comes to blocks. Victor Wembanyama, number 1.
He changes more shots than he blocks, and he blocks a ton of them.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. The 3 is up. And he buries his first look.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
Pass to Batum. Here's Sarr. Outside Koulibaly. He shoots it. He squares up and sinks it.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
2 minutes.
Here's Zubac. Covered by Wembanyama. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Puts it up from 15. Wow, Wembanyama running the floor.
He has such an elusive cover. The Frenchman Wembanyama is especially hard to stop in transition.
For 3. Hits a 3-pointer. He has 6.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Can't get it to go. His second miss in 6 tries. Gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Pass to Azonia. Zubac with it. 1 minute left in the half. Clock at 6. On the take. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
And their shots are dropping with more consistency now.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
At the line for your home team, Ivica Zubac. 1 shot.
1 shot.
such great concentration from Zubac. He's a man on a mission to just dominate the paint on a nightly basis.
Zubac against Wembanyama. Great D that time from Zubac.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
It doesn't go for him. Gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Pass to Hayes. Wembanyama against Saric. Wembanyama's shot is good.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
And here's Smith. Fournier covering from 15 feet away. Good on the bucket. Smith's got 5 points.
With the utmost belief in his game, he's able to beat opponents in a number of ways.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Leading by 4. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Dario, this was a very back and forth game. Does this team need to bring a little more energy and effort in the second half?
Of course, you need to try to find the energy in every aspect, with offensive rebound.
Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Swerving off topic for a moment, I need you guys to weigh in on this. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, man.
And focusing now on our current game, it's been a hard-fought battle so far for the visiting team. And that's a wrap on half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Victor Wembanyama has been exceptional here, guys.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Even to Zubac out there with Dario Saric. Then it's Smith, and it's Hazonia in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Chauncey Billups. Outside Fournier. Pass to Rizachet. Now Hayes. No points so far. Sinks the tray.
Count that one. We've seen Hayes continue to work on his three-pointer over time.
Here's Hazonia. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Pass to Zubac. That one's good for 2. Zubac has got 4 points this quarter.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Here's Sar. Saric covers. Back to Hayes. There's a screen to the inside. It's stolen by Saric. In transition, here they come. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for 2. Number 2.
And he drops the first. Second free throw, no good. Shooting almost 70% from the floor. Sensational. Sar passes to Hayes. And here's Wembanyama. Down low. Here's Sar. Good. And the assist to Wembanyama.
Yeah, in the lane there. I mean, that's easy money for Sar.
Gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Let's use this time to have a look at the team scoring leaders.
They've been having a great season on the offensive end of the floor. It never takes this team long to put big points up on the board.
A minute 50 left in the third quarter. Smith with it. 5 points in the game. Smith with a screen on Fournier. 6 to shoot. Takes a 3. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Outside Fournier. The 3 from Risache. Gets the 3 ball to go. Risache's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Smith outside. Oh, it's stolen. And they're on the run. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Showcasing his athleticism. Plays like this are why you got to be excited about Risache's future in this league.
Šarić, a screen on Fournier. Outside Bogdanović. Pass to Šarić. Over Gobert. Šarić, shot is off.
Well, the defense was right up on him, so electing to go for the fadeaway there to create some room, well, that makes sense.
The 3 from Risache. Doesn't go for him. Now here's Bogdanović. Shot to stop the run. Hits the trifecta. Bogdanović has got his first 3 points of the game.
Total focus from Bogdanović on that shot, ready to fire off the feet.
Left side Fournier.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
First personal foul, first team foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Evan Fournier at the line for 2.
And he makes a first.
Fournier out there as a floor spacer, someone who's going to stretch out the defense and give everybody room to operate, make their jobs a little bit easier.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
Pass to Perkichin. Oh, missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Up 8. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. We've got Nicholas Batum. Rudy Gobert is out there with Bilal Coulibaly. And it's Jang in at the point guard. The 3 ball. Batum pulls it in. Shooting 67% for the game. Just outstanding. Jang passes to Gobert. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Bojan Bogdanović. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Hayes. Great look there, but off target.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Pass to Šarić. Oh, deflected. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Sarr. On Thursday, and then on Friday.
The upside of road trips, like the one they have scheduled, is you really get a chance to come together as a team. It's a great way to get closer with your squad and build trust among your teammates.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to Chauncey Billups address the team. First and foremost, he wants to see more points at the break. He asked his team, where's the urgency? We know what we can do in transition. Now let's go out and do it. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, guys.
Allie, thank you. Snatched away. Here's Šarić. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Well, the key for Šarić is to be out there and be aggressive, because when he plays assertive like this, he's going to draw some fouls.
So hits one and misses one at the line.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
The visitors with the ball. They've only given up 1 point in the fourth.
And after a first half where he didn't turn it over once, that has sure changed here in the second.
Smith against Fournier. Now here's Smith, guarded closely.
The ball goes to the away team.
And here's Hayes to the paint. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, a great flush from Wemby.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value, and nice to see him delivering.
Pass to Smith.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Now here's Hayes. He's guarded closely. Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Inside, here's Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
You need to bring a lot of help to stop him.
Man, with his elevation, he might just rise above it anyway. Pass to Sarr. Here's Risacher. Wembanyama, high post. Over Zubac. That's good from Wembanyama on the assist from Risacher. Risacher's got 3 assists in the game. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter. Fires from the wing. A nice shot by Smith. Smith's got 6 here in the quarter. And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Now here's Hayes. Tight defense on him. Pass to Risacher. Now Fournier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Launches it. It's hauled in by Šarić.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
Now, you can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise.
Oh, got a piece of it. In transition, here they come. And he caps off the break with a monster slam.
Well, look, I mean, great anticipation on one end leads to points on the other.
The defense producing easy looks. It just helps you conserve some energy for late in the game.
And it's good for 2. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are.
Greg, in the second half of the season, what do you think playoff-bound teams are focusing on right now?
I would say just making sure they keep the momentum heading into the postseason, as well as do everything possible to try to stay healthy.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Wagner outside. And it's off from three-point range. That's tipped. Bogdanovich against Schroeder. Wagner outside. 5 to shoot. There's the three. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Jokic passes to Bogdanovich. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
Pass to Wagner. It's not going to go for him.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Now, here's Jokic. Shoots over Schroeder. Jokic with the bucket.
A focal point of this offense. Jokic is comfortable handling the bulk of the scoring load on this team.
Down low. Fader on the way. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their fourth shot of the game.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Pass to Bogdanovich for 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And this is why Bogdanovich has a permanent green light from the arc. Frankly, the team expects this from him.
The drive by Schroeder. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Jokic a screen. Second shot opportunity, and he sinks the layup. Jokic has got his second basket.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Both teams deciding to change it up. Well, the shooting guard position is where teams look for a lot of their points. And these players, the highest scoring among them, haven't disappointed. Bogdan Bogdanović, fourth.
And night after night, we see this group punish opposing defenses. I mean, if you pick one way to deal with them, they'll beat you another way.
As a two-guard, that's what it takes to put up points like these guys do. You have to have a versatile game. You have to be able to keep the defenders off balance.
Here's Jovic after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Here's Bogdanović. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
And the defense was right on him there. Nice contest.
Schroeder, right side. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Found some space to get off the mid-range, and he'll do damage from there if you let him.
Petrushev, the pass to Bogdanović. Here's Teodosic. He's guarded by Schroeder. Sinks the three-pointer.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Now, here's Schroeder. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Trying to find Wagner and gets it to him. Here's Tiemann. Buries it from three-point range. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Leading by 3. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Volanos. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
They've got Washington, and it's De Silva in at the 3 spot. And they pick up 2. Jokic has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
They've got Nikola Jokic, and it's Jovic in at the 4 spot. Pass to De Silva. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
That one misses. To the middle. Here's Jokic. In stride. Jokic caps off the break.
And you got to be aware of where Jokic is on the break. Analyzes transition situations and takes advantage of it.
Here's Tiemann. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul, second team foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
And at 78%, he's been a consistent shooter at the line for them all season long.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Both shots good from the stripe.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
They've got Wagner. He's out there with Isaiah Hartenstein. And it's Washington in at the point. Here's Teodosic. Pass to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. Topic, no good.
A little too aggressive on that shot. He's not the guy they want shooting those tough threes.
Topic is out there with Teodosic. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Jovic in at the power forward. Here's Teodosic. He's covered by Washington. Pass to Jokic. Over Hartenstein. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And here is Washington. It's good. This game is all even. Washington's got his first basket of the night.
Smart decision to kick it out to another guy once the defense is fixated on him in the paint.
1:52 left now here in the second. Here's Jokic. Jokic hatches his way to finish inside.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Teams that make their free throws, they're so tough down the stretch. Let's check out the best.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
And that one's good, Wagner.
Good job executing inside. Wagner in total control down there.
Now, here's Bogdanovic. D right on him. Pass to Jokic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. This is his first free throw of the game.
He's been doing really nice work at the line. 83%.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
Normally he sinks all of his free throws. The defense got lucky there.
They recover it. He blocks it again. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Jokic takes the contact and scores. 54 seconds left here in the second. Schroeder surveying the floor. No good there. Good defense by Jokic. A chance at a 2 for 1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
You got to blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Now here's Schroeder. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Bogdanovic. Good. Nice job down low. Bogdanovic has got 5 now. 9 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Wagner. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Leading by a point. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Joined by Doc Rivers. Coach, what did you think of the effort in the first half?
Well, the effort's fine, I guess. Defensively, we got to be better, so that's part of the effort. But they're just scoring too easy. They're throwing us around. They are so much more the physical team right now, so we got to pick up our physicality.
I'm sure that will be discussed thoroughly before the next half. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Player of the Month awards are in. Let's check them out. And, of course, the Studio Analyst of the Month awards have been announced as well. Any guesses on the 2 recipients?
Well, it's got to be Shaq and myself. I mean, who else are they going to pick?
Yeah, it's me and Kenny. We win by default.
Sorry, guys, it says Ernie and Ernie. They gave it to me twice. Maybe you'll do better next month.
How have they kept it this close? Their D has been invisible. Come on, fellas, get after it.
Yeah, just a few more stops and this score would be totally different. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. Here's Bogdanovic, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Well, 50% from the floor. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Back to Wagner. Launches a 3. Another shot. And Jokic will just torch you inside.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Back to Schroeder. And Wagner has it in the corner. The layup off target. Gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And Jokic gets it to go. Jokic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
Chance to check out Nikola Jokic. How his last 10 games have gone. Second in field goal percentage, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And you mentioned it, he's the second best shooter in the league right now. Quick trigger with just a little bit better footwork. He could take over that top spot.
Yeah, Wagner in attack mode there.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
It's time for Dance Jam. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your moves.
As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look here at the visitors. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. Right on their tail, vying to move up and take over if they get the chance. To the paint. It's tipped and stolen by Wagner. And they're on the break. From the arc, De Silva with the bucket. De Silva's got 6.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Pass to Jokic. Here's Bogdanovic for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Bogdanovic has got 6 in the quarter.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Pass to De Silva. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. 9 points in the game so far.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Here's Jokic. Misses the baby hook.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And that one's good. Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Now, here's Jokic. He's guarded closely. It's good.
Oh, the Joker taking over. He's had his way offensively, making it look easy.
Pass to De Silva. Wagner outside for the tie. Jokic grabs the miss.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Down low and stolen by Wagner. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And the ball travels out of bounds. Turnover.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Hey, who's watching now? Hey, yo, right here, baby.
To the inside, Jokic. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Jokic has got 20 points.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Up 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
And the ability to drop your jaw with the pass is something you rarely see in this league. What a talent he is.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Hartenstein is out there with Wagner. Then there's Washington, and it's Bonga in at the 2 spot. Good work there as it goes. Hartenstein's got his first points of the night.
Boy, where's the effort defensively? You have got to put up a better fight.
Yeah, these teams have kind of decided to fight this battle on scoring alone. There's not that much intensity on defense.
Here's Micic. They set the pick. Driving to the basket. Stolen. To the middle. Here's Wagner. Good on the bucket.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Wonderfully up to this point. 67%. To the left wing. Jokic against Hartenstein. Now, here's Jokic. He's tightly guarded. Jokic. His three-pointer's off the mark. Thing has been just great so far, up at 56%. And he uses the glass on the layup. Wagner's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He told them this is what it's all about, proving we're the better team in the tough situations. But you got to want it. Coach told his guys they have what it takes to win here. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Now, here's Schroeder. Defense is right there. Pass to Wagner. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Inside. Here's Jokic. Nice defense from Wagner. Gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. It's rebounded by Schroeder. Pass to De Silva. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. This one for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Da Silva's got 9 points here in the second half.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Huge. Jokic comes through just fearless. What an option.
Pass to Da Silva. Deep 2 from Wagner. Can't nail the jumper.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Bogdanovic, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And I want to see more of this. Bogdan getting assertive and just forcing his will on the D.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
Hey, they do have enough time here if they shoot quickly to get the 2 for 1. We'll see if they try.
We can probably expect to see them slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
And that is the kind of big-time shot that can really deflate a crowd.
And did he ever do that? Sound level right now, 0 in this arena.
.27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Wagner. It drops. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Going on the attack there. Great effort from Wagner.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Had to foul him on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Taking 2 shots.
And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
Well, they wanted every last one of those, and he delivered, making it a 2-possession game.
Bounce pass Wagner. From outside, off the mark. And now we've got the intentional foul.
First personal foul, 3rd team foul.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Milutina.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Pass to Schroeder. Takes a 3. Misses the shot. The visiting club takes the win on the road. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was.
We're near the middle point of the year now. At what point do coaches start looking at limiting the minutes of their stars?
You know, each game is really the determining factor for how that plays out. So when possible, you keep your stars in there for close games and get them some rest when the outcome isn't in question.
Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Jamal Murray. Trey Lyles is out there with Kelly Olynyk. Then it's R.J. Barrett. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in it to one. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And there it is for him.
You're making it look easy. Gilgeous-Alexander is so skilled, the ball on a string, and we see him do this time and time again.
Here's Larkin. He's averaging about 6 points per game. Guarded by Barrett. Nice shot from the wing. Here's Barrett. And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Fade away. The shot no good. Since being selected in the 21 draft, Alperen Şengün has really improved.
Yeah, from 9 points per game as a rookie to over 20 in his third year, Şengün has averaged about 5 assists per game over a season. A huge number for a 6'11 post guy. He is so skilled.
It's hauled in by Baberovic.
More often than not, he'll cash it in from that area. The defense might have done just enough to bother him.
Putting that pass right in his stride, didn't have to slow up, and was able to complete the play.
Here's Lyles. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. The baseline J. And yep, it's good.
There's so many facets to SGA's game. He's equally good from all three levels.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch, and he acknowledged that they're facing one of the most dynamic players in the league in Gilgeous-Alexander. He said there's no way to defend him, that his speed and movement, we need to be ready to rotate and help on every possession. Still, he said they're all looking forward to the challenge.
Thank you for that, Allie. Here's Lyles. Back to Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Screen by Olynyk. Count that one.
Well, every defense gives extra attention to Murray, but they still have trouble keeping him under control.
Here's Baberovic, guarded by Barrett. Pass to Larkin. Now here's Şengün. Here's Larkin. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Shot from the top of the key. Larkin no good. Gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Now here's Barrett. Not a lot of room. From down in the low post, it goes.
And I love the confidence from Barrett. He enjoys finding room inside and capitalizing.
Pass to Baberovic. Over Barrett. Baberovic can't get it to go.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gilgeous-Alexander into the lane, and he gets it to go. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter, someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
Pass to Şengün. Soft touch off the glass. He has 6.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. They lead by 2, and the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Brandon Clark out there with Lou Dort. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Brooks in at the 3 spot. Now here's Brooks. From deep. It's rebounded by Şengün. Pass to Korkmaz. Here's Şengün. Here's Osman. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. Osman's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 6. Clark with the screen. The open shot by Brooks. Gets some space and buries the jumper.
Offensively, Brooks can be just relentless, constantly looking for chances to get his team points.
Clark against Şengün. Back to Korkmaz. Covered by Alexander Walker. Şengün, the screen to the inside, and stolen by Clark. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander gets the bucket on the breakaway.
Their success from mid-range has really set them apart today.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. The life of an NBA head coach, Dan, is not easy. You've lived it. What's the toughest part of the job? And don't say dealing with the media.
Well, no, it's not. But, Brian, I think people would easily say it's the time spent away from home, and it's also the losing, quite honestly. But I think what my family had the hardest time with was how consumed I was as a coach during the season. So even when I was home, all I was doing was thinking about basketball.
And how many losses have you endured as a broadcaster, Coach?
0. Undefeated, Brian. Undefeated.
It's picked off. And the ball goes out of bounds, turned over. Let's have a look at the early favorites to compete in this year's three-point contest. Many of the top shooters in the league.
Most of these guys are going to collect a ton of votes. And if this is who makes the final cut, then it's going to be a year to remember.
Well, you look at Murray. He's in 3rd in voting. It looks like he's going to earn a spot in the three-point contest.
And he's going to be dangerous. 100% he could win it in what should be an absolutely loaded field.
And as we continue to count the votes, we'll update you on any changes to the list. No matter who is in it, though, it's going to be fun.
Maybe this is the year we see a perfect score. Who knows? I'll be sure to be locked in on all of All-Star Weekend, especially the three-point contest.
Dort, he's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So he gets them both. 1:33 left in the first half. Outside Murray. Dort outside, puts up a deep 3. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist.
Not afraid to shoot. Dort has become more confident in his jumper, and you see why.
Pass to Osman. To the wing on the left. Here's Baberovic. Dort defending. Shot clock at 5. Tries the 9-footer. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. 6 points for him.
Well, that's the kind of look you want every trip down the floor. They're happy with that possession.
Murray passes to Dort. Here's Lyles. Pass to Olynyk. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Smart play by Olynyk. Fouled in the act.
No good on the second free throw. Got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Here's Baberovic. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to be on Jamal Murray.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lyles a screen. Down low. And he banks in the layup. Lyles has got his first points of the night.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the three ball.
Here's Baberovic. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. They lead by 1. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
I've seen more stops in All-Star games. What do they call it, guys? Oh, yeah, Matador defense. They just let scorers go by.
Olé! And how about we move it on over? Thanks for joining us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Trey Lyles is out there with R.J. Barrett. Then it's Kelly Olynyk. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Murray in at the 2-guard spot. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert. But we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got 2 young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren.
Here's Baberovic, averaging around 6 a game. Defended by Murray for the tie. He can't get it to go.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
It's hauled in by Baberovic. Shooting it with confidence. 54% so far. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. Baberovic has got 6.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. Taking a look at the visitors here. At the midway point of the season, they're in 4th place in their respective conference. Now here's Murray. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game. Good D by Şengün.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
They now take the lead. He's got 9.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good D by Şengün. Got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. To the middle. And they pick up 2.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Outside Murray. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 3rd assist of the night. Coach, another guy that symbolizes the rise of Canadian basketball, Jamal Murray. What an impact he's making.
Yeah, Brian, I'd say even more than just making an impact. This Canadian guard can actually carry an offense on his own at times.
So both teams changing it up here. 1:35 left in the third quarter. Here's Larkin. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. To the paint. Here's Şengün. And he can't bank that one in. Outside Murray. We've got 1:08 left in the third quarter. Clock at 6. Pass to Olynyk. It doesn't go for him. Good D by Şengün. Gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Driving inside. Here's Bavarovic. It's rebounded by Barrett. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Beyond the arc. A big triple. Gilgeous-Alexander. Shooting about 56% in this one. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Larkin. Pass to Bavarovic. Over Barrett. And that's good from 17 feet. Bavarovic has got his third basket on the night right there.
And he's been an ideal teammate tonight. He's really creating plenty of looks with his passing.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. Up by 2. And we're just... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great pass.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. Out to the wing. The fader. And all around the rim that time before dropping.
Yeah, not sure why he faded away there. Sure looked like he had plenty of space.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Lou Dort. Then it's Brandon Clark. And it's Brooks in at the 3, the small forward. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. 11 feet out. Taking it inside. SGA.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
To the inside. Alexander Walker grabs the board.
Bad offense against bad defense. The play looked as ugly as you'd imagine.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA working through contact inside.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. Coach was urging his team to play strong defense, reminding them no easy hoops, give effort and help when needed. They do say defense wins championships, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. The baseline J. That one falls.
And if you're wondering why the score is so high, look to the defense being played. Not good.
Not a lot of resistance. And trying to just outscore other teams, generally not the best recipe for long-term success.
Lyles a screen. Murray for 3. Drains the triple.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
Şengün a screen on Murray. Defended by Murray. Pass to Larkin. Şengün the screen. Launches a 3. And Şengün throw it down.
A monster bucket from Şengün. This team needed those points.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Defense right on it. It's rebounded by Şengün. Gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. Here's Baberovic, guarded by Barrett. Larkin passes to Şengün.
Şengün has such a great feel for the game. He's savvy and he knows how to get a call.
First team foul.
He gets the first, and that'll put him up 2. And so both free throws good, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander, tightly guarded. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 21 points in the game. Pass to Baberovic. Over Barrett. Baberovic can't get it to go. Gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. Here's Lyles. 50 seconds left in the final quarter. The three. It's rebounded by Şengün. Crucial possession right here.
The crowd is on edge.
Pass to Baberovic. Over Barrett. He connects!
Oh, whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time clutch.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
26 seconds left to play in the fourth. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. "26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, he nails it! And that one brings him within 1.
Oh, obviously Gilgeous-Alexander has the will to win. What a relentless effort. Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, at this point, they're going to have to go for the 3 and try to force OT.
Pass to Lyles. Misses the 3.
And you know they were praying for that one to go down.
Yeah, they really wanted that bucket to go. You can't get discouraged, though.
Good on the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
2 shots.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. This one for 3. Money! Oh, what a sensational bucket! That brings him within 1.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And so the home crowd treated to a win. What a performance they have here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, never knowing what would happen next.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA.